So the World War II was inevitable because if the Allies during Treaty of Versailles were Allies at the Treaty of Versailles maybe persuaded France to go that far, like not to punish Germany too harsh, or they thought more about who was actually the one who's the one who actually caused the problem, then Germany wouldn't have suffered that much as they actually did, because they were not the only one. They wouldn't be the only one who were getting all the blame. So, if the Treaty of Versailles fairly or equally distributed the punishment to all the great powers, the countries of great powers, then maybe it could have stopped Hitler from thinking about the revenge of Treaty of Versailles and the land expansion, because they won't really take. If they were easy on Germany, then they wouldn't take like a whole chunk of land from Germany. So they would Germany still would have enough living space, and if they have. And if they didn't take that much money from them, then the economy would be less harsh during the Great Depression, and Hitler wouldn't really feel the hatred against the Jews. So it will prevent like Hitler's ideas from him thinking it.
But yeah, you have to realize that the other countries are viewing Germany as a threat. Like since Germany was Germany grew really dramatically really a lot. So they made it kind of harsh so that to prevent Germany from attacking other countries. And it was kind of defense. I want to be punished because it's defense.
But France was not like that. They were not. Well, I'm gonna protect our country from Germany. They were so mad that fact that Germany destroyed all of their country. You know how World War I was mainly fought in France, and Germany really didn't get any damage in their own country. So France was we have to crush Germany. We have to take every resources or everything from Germany, so they wouldn't attack us again. But that's not really protecting. That's more, you know.
But French economy was really badly destroyed. The land was really badly destroyed. So it is understandable that France is mad at Germany for destroying their land.
Okay, so
during the Great Depression,
you know how in France or Belgium and other Western Europe countries, when they had Great Depression, the government, government with all those secretary or prime minister, those kind of government work together with the citizens to raise their country back up. But if
so sooner or later he's going to get power and his ideas of such as living space,
but if I think I'm trying to say Germany could have done that also if.
It is true that.
Okay. What was I going to say? Okay. Do you have anything other things to say? Never mind what I said.
Do you want to kind of really continue on? Okay, so World War II kind of just happened pop out of nowhere. There were roots that led to World War II, such as Nazi Soviet Pact and as you said, Treaty of Versailles and the making of League of Nations. The tremble shaking of it. There was roots for that, so it had roots. So if plant has root, then it grows no matter what. They'll grow later, so it would have happened anyway.
But the League of Nations, well, it actually in real history it really failed. But if the president Wilson was he's the one who came up with the idea. If the Congress weren't that harsh on him, or they agree with him about the idea, then Wilson could have lived longer, and he could, since he had the vision and he had the idea, if he was the leader and to control League of Nations, then the League of Nations could have been more stronger and could have stopped Germany and Japan from starting their imperialism.
Yeah, but since U.S. Congress had a good reason why they didn't want it, because they U.S. was in the isolationist states, so they didn't really care about what happened to other countries. They only cared about their economy, only their profit and those stuff. So it could have been understandable. They had a good reason.
Because the League of Nations wasn't strong enough to stop Japan,
but
Japan expanded, and the League of Nations was waving,
but they still had connection with Britain. Britain was was going to fight with Germany, but even U.S. also still had that connection, traditional and they were originally from Britain, so they had connections. So some of them had determination, or they had heart to help Britain fight against Germany also. So you can't really say they just did it for their own profit. Not everyone thought like that.
But however, US and Britain had connection. U.S. was not yet a big country that could afford to but Britain was not a country. U.S. was not a country that could afford to help all the countries in the world. Because even though it gained it grew and it has more economical. I don't know. Okay. So it had more money and it was better off. Still the idea of with the President Wilson, it's not yet to be supported.
Then if United States didn't import weapons, then maybe it could have stopped World War I. Maybe then, if World War I didn't happen, then World War II wouldn't have happened, right? Then so if how the United States was supporting allies, both sides, allies and the great powers with their weapons, right? But if they didn't support them, if they didn't export their materials to them, then it wouldn't World War I wouldn't have happened. Then the second one wouldn't have happened, right?
Well, if U.S. didn't supply the weapons to the Allied side, then there was both sides were equal. So the war was in a state where nobody was winning.
Yeah, because of the trenches, not because of the weapons.
Yeah, but because of since U.S. the Allies won because U.S. entered the war. So if U.S. didn't support them, then there was a chance that Germany, the other side would have the opposite would have won, and Germany could have been not lose the money, and they could have developed into a bigger country, and they could have caused more trouble.
Yeah, but they could have caused more trouble, but it wouldn't lead to another war because their allies already lost, and that means they could become part of Germany without another fighting. which will be like World War II or something. So, or if Germany won, then that'll be it. Like only World War I happened, then no more war afterwards because Germany would dominate everything, every country.
People's logics are like they want to be like more aggressive and they want to be like kind of selfish. So even though if Germany won the war, there would not be a treaty similar to Treaty of Versailles that would punish that Germany made to punish Britain and France that attacked. So Britain and France could have like got the spirit of vengeance, like revenge on Germany. That could have been the war too.
How do you think they could have made it? Like, how do you think they contribute to the fact that the war was not successful?
It will be more like rebellion. Like if they were conquered by Germany, some Britain people or French people might feel like upset because their country was taken. So it might be more of a rebellion than like another World War I or II.
But there were quite a lot of countries in the Allied side, and the Allies are like countries that had like history that, like for example, Britain and France, they have been fighting each other for quite a long time. So they had the technology. So they have the strong base for fighting. However, Germany, they just recently developed. They like had a huge dramatically huge improvement. So they don't have the base. So like the Allies could have like easily turned and like attacked Germany, and that could have caused war. But there were like quite a lot of like countries on both sides.
This would give disadvantage to the fascist groups from rising. So do you think that
Well, I also think the World War II could have prevented by U.S. and Western Europe not criticizing Japan or Japan for their imperialism, or they could have abandoned their own imperialism so it could be fair, so they can be more justified about criticizing Japan. What do you think?
But even though Japan or trying to imperialize, like Japan was imperialized in China. So that means that so Asia, the war already began in Asia. So since Japan was trying to take the colonies and Japan was interested in getting colonies in other parts of the world other than Asia. So that could have caused conflict between Japan us US officials, and they were I want to have more, I want to have land, have colonies or territories in here, but US refused. So Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. So Japan was already being aggressive. Even though Japan was on the Allied side in World War I, so that could have led to if US and Japan fought, then US was relationship with Britain could have entered the war, and one by one the war would have started again, built from where it starts.
But if U.S. and other Western countries didn't have colonies, and if they and they could have talked with Japan since we don't have, no other countries are practicing imperialism anymore, you shouldn't also do that. It's old history is really, really bad. If they kind of negotiate or talked about it, then it could have stopped. War is not the only solution to the world. Talking can also help solving problems.
Also, US, they have like US took side with China when Japan was trying to like take over Manchuria and other parts of China. How US helped. So like since US are like some like thinking about taking like China like US wanted like colony like Asia too. So like they were still fighting since invasion of Manchuria, Japan invading Manchuria. So the war could have been like started from there again.
Stop.